On this episode 106 of Luke Who's Talking, I'm going to talk about fakes, teasing, and carpet. So let's get into the last. I don't know. The last thing's just really a random thought. Actually, for all pretty, this is an awful show. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Luke Who's Talking podcast with me, Luke. And before we get into it, my arms, I don't know if you can see on the video, hold on, let me get the thing up. What am I trying to do? I'm sunburnt. Oh, here you go, see here? Stops there. So this is ouchy. Oh, it's not too bad, but it's like relatively ouchy. And you can see here as well. Hold on, let me just try and here as well. Sunburnt. So the first sunburn of, it's I don't think it's even summer officially. Anyway, my arms are hot. Not as bad as what they were yesterday, but they're, a bit warm. Anyway, everybody, let's get into the first little story. So I received a letter the other day. I think it was about Thursday. I think it was. Why am I yawning? I want to sneeze. I want to do everything. Wow. And so I got it from the letterbox, and it sounded a bit crunchy. Right inside, it had crunchy contents, and I was like, "Wow, is there like some special K or something like that in here?" Anyway, so I opened up the letter, poured it out, and it was not a Lego. It was a pretend Lego, cheap building blocks, and so I put it together, and it's I've put it away. Hold on, 1 second. This is mainly for the video. I will grab it from my shelf. The audio listener, I'm back. So this is like I don't know what it is, a whale or something, little thing. And I tell you what, it was fiddly. It was fiddly to build for little, I think it's a whale. It's some sort of sea thing. And it was fiddly. And the instructions, if I'm honest, I didn't find particularly great. I have been spoiled, obviously, over the years with like decent, good Lego instructions. But those ones not great for this little toy. So I had to rebuild it. Sorry for yawning. I had to rebuild it like a couple of times. It was tricky. I just couldn't quite figure it out. So that was the thing. But anyway, I managed to get it built, and and the reply is on its way to the person whom I received said letter and pretend Lego from. So it was satisfactory. I don't know. The pretend Lego though, like it's all right, but the brick's very small. With this, as you can see, like it's not very big at all. It's broken in half. But they're not very big at all, and quite fiddly to put together. So that was a stressful. What day was it? I think it was Saturday. I put that together. Yeah, it was not easy. And considering I had to do it a couple of times or rebuild it like a few times, I was like, oh my goodness. But very much appreciated though. And our reply is on its way back to the sender. Hopefully it won't take too long to get to them, but Australia Post is not great. And everybody, that's enough talking about that. Let's get into the next little thought for you. Now this one, I cannot remember how it even came about, but it's about cold opens for movies, TV shows now love a cold open. And before it gets into the title, and it's like a cold opens, the ultimate movie tease. They probably are. Like maybe the biggest tease I could think of a cold open. Don't worry, this isn't going to go for long, this rant, I don't think. It's probably going to be one of the most shorter episodes. But anyway, look, the cold opens. I think one of the most interesting ones, at least I can remember, is one of the Bond films. Maybe I thought about this when I was reading one of the Bond novels recently, but I was reading From Russia with Love, and at the start of the Bond film, because Bond films have cold opens, what happens is we see our assassin kill Bond. However, it's not actually Bond, the person they killed, just had like a Bond mask on. But the assassin's like, they're going to go after Bond. So we're watching it, we're like, oh, Bond's dead. Oh, he's not. Cold open into the title sequence. But yeah, like it's an interesting thing, the cold open. Like something happens, or we're shown something, and like when we get into the film or the show or whatever proper, you're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I get it. Like Law and Order. If I can think of a TV show that has a cold open, Law and Order, good at cold, because that's like when the crime happens, and then it's not that Law and Order actually does that. It's what's the Law and Order theme? I guess this show in some ways has a cold open, because I'm like, oh yeah, coming up, this stuff, and then that's sort of how it happens. So, but the cold open, yeah, it could be interesting, and sometimes I guess they're not always, but sometimes they can very much be a tease for you, a big tease. But yeah, anyway. That's just talking about cold opens. Let's get into the last thing, which is ridiculous, and then we'll wrap it up. Not really anything interesting. I've not taken any interesting notes of things that have actually happened to me or have been going on in my life. So the sunburn, I guess, and getting a letter with pretend Lego in it. That's about it. Anyway, let's get into the last thing. Now, I have no idea why I had this thought, but it was a thought of somebody I know can answer it, actually. But the thought is, the houses in Florida have carpet? Because I've not been for a while, but my grandfather used to live in Queensland, and his house, only the bedrooms, if I remember correctly, had carpet. No carpet anywhere. It was tiled floors everywhere, except the bedrooms had carpet, but everywhere else, tiled floors. So I don't know why, but somehow I got onto like Florida. I wouldn't say Florida's the Queensland of, it's Florida the Queensland of the US. Could be. Probably not as right wing, though. Queensland not being as right wing as Florida, right? Anyway, but I was like, that's like it's tropical. I have cyclones and floods and whatever else. Why do they have carpet in their houses? No idea how they came out. I'm going to have to like watch episodes of Miami Vice. I'm not going to watch CSI Miami. Oh, I could do. Yeah, I could watch CSI Miami and Miami Vice to see if they go and investigate, like on their investigations, if any houses have carpet. That could be interesting. Well, that'd be an interesting way to find out something like culturally about a place. Watch a TV show. If I'm here thinking, oh, the houses in Florida have carpet. Hey, I'll watch Miami Vice, and then I'll watch CSI Miami to see if houses in Florida have carpet. That'd be a thing for sure. Anyway, everybody, I've no idea why I haven't thought about that, but yeah, let's wrap up this episode, which is an awful one. Look, everybody, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Sometimes they are better than this one, but I feel that I haven't had like a real juicy episode for a while. Yeah. That reminds me, next episode, which would be on hold on, let me just have a look at my calendar. There might not be an episode next time. Actually, there will be. Hold on. Let's see. This is coming out on the 11th. 25th is the next one. Most likely won't be a show. on the 25th because I am going to be house sitting for somebody. So, yeah, I'll be away from my gear also for about a week. So there won't be, most likely won't be an episode. Hopefully, though, there will be a video next week for those of you who are subscribed to and look out for the videos over on Luke Who's Vlogging. I haven't had a video for a while, but I did one the other day. Hopefully the sound is okay on it, but we'll see. I think Black Friday's coming up, so I might buy myself a lapel mic or something to go under the GoPro, which I think is probably not a bad plan. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for watching. If you've watched, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next time when hopefully the episode's like better. We'll see. Anyway, everybody, it'll be December, I think. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next time, and you'll hear me next time. Bye.